Achieve in life, you don't have to be great to start with, but you have to start to be great. So best wishes to you all. Dear all, I wish to thank Ms. Mohita Sahu, Mrs. Manu Sahu, all the principal, the vice principal, the HODs, for all the hard work in school. I also wish to thank the trustees, governing body members, students and parents for your continuous hard work and effort in keeping the sapphire flag flying despite some serious challenges in this year. May the school always be the home of truth, wisdom, faith, and goodwill towards all, and that it may become a beacon of hope, guidance, and glory for all who pass through the hall of this learning. May God bless you all, and may God bless our great country. Jai Hind. May I now invite on stage our chief guest, Mr. Bararuchi Mishra, to come and enlighten us.
It's difficult to be standing now and speaking to you after such beautiful words that you've heard from Ms. Sarika and a very enlightening speech by the principal and, of course, my dear friend Roy. So I was thinking what I should be speaking about today. Ladies and gentlemen, it's very difficult when you are transported in a span of 2 hours through your entire life, from childhood to where you are now, to frame up what you want to speak. मुझे याद आता है एक मेरे स्कूल में एक टीचर हुआ करते थे हिंदी के. वो कहते थे मुद्दतें सोचो मुख्तसर बोलो. So I've been thinking, what should I be speaking about today? One thing comes out very clearly. The effort which has gone in building this institution is lit large everywhere, on every building, on every face of the children that we see, in every performance that we saw today, and indeed in all the good work and all the recognitions that you have got for yourself from the world over. That effort is not in pursuit of a business. That effort is not in pursuit of some profit. That effort is really giving it back to the society. That effort is really building your nation. Dear Rohit, dear Mohita, Ma'am Sahu, and the entire team of staff and teachers, and dear parents, understand the here and now. What you're doing today is something which can be brushed aside as routine. It could be brushed aside as mundane. Yes, children go to school and they pass out and then they walk across in life. But there are only very few institutions, there are only very few people who really think deep about what education has to bring about. And what I sense and feel, having seen whatever you have put up here, and having talked to some of you, I feel very elated. And I feel very satisfied that we have this institution of excellence which is building wholesome individuals. We are living in a change. Change is the only permanent thing that we see today. And I remember some lines from my school. Old order changeth, yielding place to new, and God fulfills himself in many ways, lest one good custom should corrupt the world. Change is the only permanent thing that we have. Change in the person. So when the child grows up, his cognitive development, his socio-psychological development, from transductive reasoning to inductive reasoning to really harnessing deep skills in cognitive sciences and getting an entire cognitive map of how to deal with the world. This is all about change. So that's the physical change, one way or the other, that will happen. But what you are doing here, what Rohit and Mohita and ma'am and everyone who is involved, and the parents, what you're doing here is providing that enabling atmosphere. You're providing that ambience where these children change in a manner that they become more adaptive to what's happening around us. The change is very fast-paced now. And not always is this change in the right direction. Now, I should not be talking about should and ought statements, what we should be doing, what we should not be doing. Because as parents and teachers and everyone who is involved in the shaping up of the person, you know best as to what it really takes for individuals to become effective individuals in life, balanced individuals in life. So I just wanted to talk about one thing which I thought could be my 2 cents to what you should also be trying to see. And this is from learnings in my own life. Those learnings have come after some pain, after lost opportunities. The first of this is not a choice of career, not a choice of what job I want to do when I grow up. The parents, I'm a parent, my daughter goes to school, my daughter goes to college, she's just started college in August, and my son is 12 years old. I had in my mind what they should be doing, what she should be doing when she goes to college. But really, I did not invest a lot of time in saying you should do this, you should not do that, and all of that. The one thing I tried, and I don't know if I succeeded, was to instill a sense of purpose. All these choices of what you want to do in your career are the tools, are the vehicles for all of us to live that purpose, to live a complete life. Now, what could be that sense of purpose? It is not because a doctor or an engineer. You, of course, have to be those if you want to have that bigger purpose or whatever you want to. And let me hark back to 2 things. Right and wrong are contextual. Something could be right in a particular context, in a particular occasion, in a particular geography. Something could be wrong in the same context or geography. So that is very contextual, very local specific. But the idea of good and evil is global. The idea of what is good, what makes for the larger good of humanity is universal. And let me, if I remember correctly, there's this saying in a shlok in the Gita which says, Rishya China Kalmasha Channa Dvaidha Yathatmanam Sarva Bhuta Hite Ratah. These rishis of the yore, they understood the sense of purpose. They themselves were chinna kalmasha, without any sins, as they say. We don't know what was that. Chinna dvedha, which meant that they did not have duality. They did what they thought was the right and believed in it. Sarvabhut hiterata, which is the mainstay of the shloka, which means that the benefit, the well-being of everyone else around us is really what defines life, is really what defines good. And the rest that we do has to be in service of this. That purpose has to be really the North Star for all of us, the guiding star for all of us. I haven't got it. Quite a few of us haven't got it. And that's why we see what we see around us. That's why we see all the things that are really, really shaking up our conscience. Because that purpose, that guiding star is not there. And therefore, I would request, and I have to say that to myself as well, that we start filling up the superego or the conscience of our children with that sense of purpose. And the principal was showing me a sculpture in the evening, and they had three faces. And he very well said this, ego and superego. So, absolutely right. Eid is the child that will happen anyway. The ravenous desires, the instant gratification, all of that will happen. The way we build our egos, the way we build our self-esteem, the way we build our self-respect, the way we try to deal with the world has to be driven by our superego, by our conscience. And that space is void now. That space is getting cluttered and filled with iPads or whatever. That space is in vacuum for whatever reasons. This is a clarion call for the parents and for all of us to wake up and fill that space with a sense of purpose. Because किसी ने कहा है कि प्रॉब्लम्स तब ज़्यादा हो जाती हैं या सिचुएशंस तब खराब हो जाते हैं हमारे जब हम अपने आप से बात करना बंद कर देते हैं. When your conscience gets so subdued that they does not stand up to tell you what is good, what is evil, and what is right or wrong in a particular context. So keep that to be able to keep that dialogue on, it's very important that we build that, we nurture that superego, that conscience. Because it is the duty of the parents, the teachers in the society to really build that in the child. Because if it would be a chance very gravely lost, it would be a regret you cannot make up if the child has gone beyond teens. And then they will not absorb it. I don't absorb, my superego does not change because my personality was made when I was 6 or 8 years old. So therefore, be conscious of what we need to do for our children. That space has to be filled. And in service of that, therefore, there are 3 or 4 things which I wanted to talk to you about. The first one that comes to my mind is, how do we work? So there is this karmanyavadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phal hetur bhurma te sango astu akramane. Meaning, all of you know that we have no right towards the rewards. But really, I don't agree with that. You have to visualize success. We need to visualize what good looks like for our children, what good looks like for me. It's not an attachment, or indeed it is a tremendous attachment with what good looks like, because that spurs